I think I am not from the industry. I come from an army background, and any of my friends, relatives, or anybody who's heard the music, they say your strength is the music. And I'm sure you must have also heard the songs, and they are really very good songs. And about the teaser, as soon as my friends saw the teaser, they were like, "Oh my God, what is this? What next?" So the response has been very good. I mean, I've got really good response about both the teaser and the songs.
Yeah, the songs are definitely, we believe they are our strength. They are one of our, they are front bearers, and we have great songs. And having said that, response so far has been very interesting. We think that we are creating enough of intrigue, and I think that's what we're trying to do right now. We're just trying to get enough intrigue to what is this film about. And I feel that we are doing a pretty, we would like to do a lot more on this, and we hope that it really works. But it's so far, I think that's the plan, and it's decent responses with that.
Well, for me, at least, I come from a Prabhudeva film, so I guess most of you know what kind of entertaining films that he makes, and for me, it was relatively easy actually. I like to believe I have a decent sense of humor, and that being said, you just have to just enjoy the moment while you're doing your scenes, and things will just come, I guess. Coming back to what you were asking, one thing which was very nice about Weber was he had given me and Navneet a bit of freedom as to what we can and cannot do, and what really helped is the fact that, okay, although there was a set pattern and set amount of lines, he was not very rigid as to how to say them or convey them. He was open about how we could approach it, and
Basically,
as long
very
as
open about discussions, and we can tell him this is how we look at it, because every person has a different perspective to one single scene. So he will have a different perspective, I will have a different perspective. We can discuss about it and tell him what we feel about it. We can come to a conclusion. How it should
because
be
that's something I really believe, that it has to be slightly organic. You cannot be just and the script is obviously the guidebook. It is the main, you can't go beyond it. But inside there is always room to do a little bit of improvisation, just work things. And I think that's where we approach, especially the comic scenes, because that, I think that's the only way I can do it, that it has to be improv. Otherwise, it just starts looking flat, doesn't work, timing doesn't work. So that's what we did actually in most of, at least the comic scenes with the friends and everything.
Yeah.
We did like a lot of improv. I would you read the scene and say, okay, now now forget about it. Now you know what you have to say. Now
just enjoy it.
Enjoy it. So you realize that more or less the lines are the same, but they're just improving a little bit. And that, I feel that always
makes it very real. Actually.
Yeah.
It just brings it completely into the present.
Correct. So that's how.
Also, that's probably why adding to that, Hussain Dalal, who's written the dialogues, and he's done a very fabulous job, because he's kept it very today. And in fact, if anything, he's kept it a little ahead also, because as time progresses, as we are shooting, we are going to make the movie's going to release a year later. So he's kept it a little ahead at the same time. So it's very nice, and that's what adds to the whole element of comic.
Yes, we did a couple of workshops with Mr. Atul Mongia, who's very good at it. We did about 5-6 workshops with him,
5-6 sessions,
and that helped us a lot to, basically understand the character. We had understood the character, but to go closer to it and get it right there. Okay, this is how you're supposed to do this particular scene. So that was very good, and he made it really easy for.
And then we did other workshops also.
Lots of readings with the Weber actually.
One of the most important things why I really wanted to do a workshop with the actors was that I really wanted them to get to know each other, and because I'm talking about a love story where you feel like they already are. So it should not feel like they just, because I wanted them to be friends, and that's why they did a lot of workshops together, and even with the other actors, they did a lot of workshops. So I think the chemistry is working very well in the film, not only between the guy and the girl, the guy, the family, the friends, everybody. So we had
discussions like, what is love for you?
Yeah, we did.
On the first day when we met, okay, discuss. You don't have any books, you can't say anything, you can't read the script, you cannot discuss about the film, but what is love for you? Arey, what is love for you?
That's true.
Yeah.
I remember even in my first film, I was very insistent with Prabhu sir, let's do a workshop. And coming from his background, he's not into that. He's a little, okay, yaar, tu tension nahi kar, I'll take care of you and stuff. But I was very insistent because I wanted to know his working style. And so we did that there. And when we met, I remember meeting him in a hotel and telling him, dude, there's certain things I want to do. I want to do a workshop. And he was like, yes, even I want to do. I was like, okay, perfect. We already are in sync. So that's great, yeah. I mean, that's something that was actually very fortunate. And somewhere, Vaibhav and me were very much in the same frequency from the get-go. I think that put me at least in a very, very comfortable space because I could share, it just gives an actor that extra bit of freedom to just voice his opinion. Even if the director goes the other way, it doesn't matter. But that creative freedom really brings that extra bit of spark in the character and the actor's work. And that's really worked, yeah. I can tell you this, that after my first film, I got very impatient for my second because it took me way too much time, and it was not something that I intended, but it just because I don't know, due to circumstances and not getting a good script, it took me some time. And the moment I was on set, there was this moment that I was like, dude, will I be able to do it? I'd done all the homework, I'd done the workshops, I was on my game. But that hesitance, that kind of butterfly in the stomach feeling was there, and which I didn't get in my first film, which is so odd. I got in my second film, I didn't get in my first film. And I was like, am I really back here? Am I really doing this? And just like riding a bicycle after I gave my first film, I was like, okay man, I'm back in the groove.
If I may, Girish, I'll add to this. So when we started working, we started shooting.
By the way, I shot on the second day, he shot on the first day with her.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah.
So Girish was like this guy who's raring to go. And he get me on the set and I want to start. And that energy that he brought onto the set, it took him a couple of days, I remember, to just get it. And there was so much energy where I actually okay, let's let it go, it's okay. And that's the type of actor Girish is actually. He brings a lot on that. He's very hardworking, he'll get so into it, he'll get obsessed and start working. And
I'm dreaming and sleeping LoveShhuda at the moment, so you can just imagine how much I'm into it.
I would say, his evolution is that he has become, I think, from that person, he's become very now completely relaxed and chilled out towards the end of the
it's so important and such a interesting journey for an actor that it's about experience. The first film teaches you something, second film teaches you something, and you grow with every film. So that's.
Navneet was obviously, she was, if I may, she was very raw when she first met us, and she was, and as I said, she is the character. She is very blunt. She is very, frank. So she and I have to have discussions, and I was actually a little worried. Acting, it's not an easy job. It's difficult. But I think very soon she started surprising us. A couple of days into shoot. And obviously it did, she had worked hard, we'd done workshops. On camera is always different. So, but very soon she started surprising us, and I realized that the camera loves her, and we just started working. And then obviously her evolution now, I think, is that she's become this, I can do it, no problem.
No, it's not that. Of course, it was definitely your support, because he's never shouted at any one of us on set or... No?
No? That's okay. Fine.
When did you shout?
I shall never mind that.
At least I think he tried. Let's put it that way.
Not in front
he didn't succeed, but he tried.
So basically, it was always that there was a lot of stress on our set, but he was always so calm and quiet. Okay, you can do it. If you're not able to do it, just get up, walk around, and come back again. So there was never that, why you're not able to do it, my light is going, this is going, that is going. Never that way. Okay.
It didn't happen with her, it happened with me though. Girish, the light is going, you need to do it in this shot. I'm like, no, not again.
A lot of times.
That light issue is like the worst thing for an actor. It's like, light is going, come on, get the shot. I'm like, no!
But I do have a film background also. I've assisted in films before. So I have an understanding of this medium. But having said that, it was a little difficult because in ads you have to say everything, as you said, in 60 seconds. But every second counts, right? Every frame, everything counts. And but what is the negative there is that the freedom, the casualness of film is not there in ads. Now that is the big difference. And when you come to films, you know, you have to let go of that detailing, you have to let go of all of that, and you have to make sure that, you know, it is as casual, it is like people talking, it's not about detailing. And emotion is most important. So that is a big difference, and it took me also in my planning a little while. Like I used to do a lot of storyboarding, you have to when you do ads. So I did storyboarding for film also, but you know, I soon realized that no, it has to be a little more organic. It has to be that. So that's the main difference. But yeah, I think I've adapted reasonably well to the medium.
Yes, absolutely. That is one of the reasons why it took so much time for me, because not only did I want a good script or a very good script, I wanted to work outside of tips. So that was something that's conscious, and I think was something that I wanted to do.